John wrote. He wrote about a man called Diotrephes. Diotrephes, Paul described him as a man who loved to be in charge. He loved grab mic when he go to church. He loved make everybody see him. He loved to make people think, say, boy, he run things yourself. Paul said, that man, when I reach, John said, well, that man, when I reach, I'm going to deal with him harshly. Because he not only shut up the bowl of his compassion in trying to help the strangers who come, he tell other church members, don't help her, don't help him. And brothers and sisters, that's not good. We should do all that we can to help those who come in our midst. I have never seen Dr. Morgan discriminating. I have never seen him discriminate against any person because of their station in life. I have never seen him choosing who he should help. I have never seen him do those kinds of things. But I want us today, brothers and sisters, to follow that example. Follow that example. As Paul wrote to the believers, he says, follow after charity. Follow that example of our overseer. Nobody is too good to drive in his brand new 2012 Audi. 2013, sorry. Nobody too good to drive in it. And it's not church money biting. And nobody not too good. It doesn't matter who you are. He would often tell this story when he just got the Audi A4. And it's not just an ordinary Audi A4 because it was custom built. And when he got it, and he was driving in New Kingston, a little old lady stopped him and he took her up and he drove her all over the city because for some reason, I don't know if it's the ambience of the car or what, she just don't remember where she was going. And he had to drive her all over the city trying to find where she lived, where she was going. Nobody's not too good to drive in it. Because I've seen folks driving that Audi. Dr. Morgan has even used this Audi to carry brides. Anybody here wants to get married? And you want a nice car to take you? Just speak to the overseer and ask him, can you bring me on my wedding day? It's not too good for you. Can I tell you a story, brothers and sisters? I remember when Dr. Morgan just got the A4, the custom built A4. And no houses were over there at that time, and it was a little narrow dirt road. The road stopped at the end of our church fence. And Dr. Morgan was reversed, he drove out. And I was driving a little old B13. And I was reversing out. And remember, my car don't have sonar. Right? And I feel when the B13 press against something. And when I stop and come out, you know they are the A4? When I bought that white car out there and I was reversing and I heard, I said, what making that sound? I need to bring this car to the mechanic for him to get rid of that sound because I don't know what making that sound in that car. It's a sonar making the sound. You're too close to something. And I press on the Audi A4. And I went home and I could not sleep. I could not sleep because we mashed up the man's brand new car. And I called the Morgan's residence early in the morning. I think it was after 5. And Sister Sandra answered the phone. And when I told her my plight, I cannot sleep because I destroyed the Audi A4. And she began to laugh. And she said, Henley, hear this. A Pastor Treleven called, saying mash up the Audi. And she laughed and she said, let me tell you something, brother. You see the car up there? It's firewood. when we are raptured, if we still own it, we're going to leave it down here. And Doc came on the phone and said, you really didn't sleep for that? You let me tell you, I'm just going to get some compound and wipe it out. The only problem is if the sonar is destroyed, I'll take it back to the dealer. But oh no, brothers and sisters, we think that the little things that we have is too good to give our brethren. I'll share this because Marcus shared it. If he didn't share it, I wouldn't share it. Last year when we buried our grandmother, my mother came from the UK and she took a bag for us with all kinds of stuff in it. And my mother knows my size. She dresses me. Mom, I'm telling you. Sister Kenisha, they don't believe me. If you look at the back of my shirt, you'll see George. That's a designer in London. Right? Mom. If you look at my suits, you'll see Taylor Wright. Designers in London. Right? And in it was a lovely pair of Clarks. Lovely pair of Clarks. And I said, oh, you know, someone want these shoes, son. This one on my foot here, my sister gave it to me. And I whispered to my mom, and she said, at the funeral, and I said, you know, the shoes that my sister gave me are color look compared to what you give me. And she laughed. Every time she said me, you know, the color look. And I said, okay. And Brother Marcus prayed and said, Lord, I need a black shoes, I need a what? And I saw him. I said, Brother Marcus, you try the shoes to see if it can fit you. No, remember, the Clarks is expensive shoes. Brother Marcus tried it and it fitted him well. And he took it. If he never testified about it, I would not talk about it, brothers and sisters. But, just to let you know, nothing that we have should be too good for us to give somebody else. Nothing at all. For the scripture says, if we would shut up the bowl of our compassion,